Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Kal halalim la'avano Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahweh Shai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahweh Shai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahweh Shai. Just a quick one. More stumbling blocks. By the way, this is fair use. I'm not going to play the video, okay? And this image is owned by this media company, so it's not owned by this person named here, right? Basically, it's around a Jake from Atlanta by the name of Dexter Caffey or Coffee, how this Amalekite pronounces it. And by the way, this news media person, she's based in Israel today, Tel Aviv, right? And she's more than likely Amalek. And when Amalek is involved, they, who are the Edomites, the so-called Caucasian people, I'm sorry, the Caucasian people, not so-called Caucasian, the Caucasian people, the small hatters, the ISHs, you know, excuse me, they are trying everything in their power to put stumbling blocks in the way because Jake, the so-called black man, right, the tribe of Judah especially, and the Hispanics and natives as well, right, who are Israelites, but especially the so-called black man, the Afrocentric, the Sarnetta type, the Kemet type, and all that bullshit, right, want to believe that they are Egyptians. They want to believe that they are of Hamitic descent and they come from so-called greatness. Okay? You, right, Dexter Caffey, are not an Egyptian. You are not a Hamite. Number one, you don't look like one. Number two, you're the founder of Smart iApp. That alone should let you know the brain power that Jake has. All right? Yes, they are. You people that you assume who are Negro are actually from Hamitic descent. You just don't know. There are some who are Edomite descent. Their fathers are so-called white. Their fathers are so-called real natural Africans, or their fathers are so-called natural Elamites, East Indians. But they come out Negro looking, but you assume they're your people. But then you realize that these people that are around you, man, this guy's spirit is kind of off. He's kind of weird, man. He smells funny. And lo and behold, you come into the truth. This guy's a heathen. You know, and and also the other way around. You could look like your mother, your heathen mother, a white woman or Indian woman, or even a natural African woman. But your father's an Israelite, you are an Israelite. But this guy, he ain't no African or Hamite. Africa is named after Leo Scipio Africanus, a so-called white man. All right, and like his brother Asiaticus, that's what Asia is named after. What Asia is named after. Right? And it's funny that they're having a conversation and he's speaking to an Amalekite news reporter based in Israel. And he's meant to be related to Ramesses III, right? And he's looking at him smiling like a Cheshire cat, bought and paid for. That's the way. That's the way I see it with my spiritual eyes. Bought and paid for. As part of an agenda to trip Jacob. All right, that ones that have sort of come into the fold of knowing that the Israelites, believing that the Israelites have come up that Afrocentric mindset, the Hamite mindset, that Sarnetta type mindset, trying to sort of bring them back in, because these people are going to do everything, anything in their power, anything and everything in their power to take a Jake away from who they are as the Israelites, as the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, or in simplistic terms for people out there, that don't understand, that don't know the Lord's name, that these people, that the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, but the so-called black man in America is the tribe of Judah, the same tribe His Majesty Yahweh Shai comes from, right? The Messiah, who is a so-called black man, by the way, pursuant to Revelations, the book of Revelations 1:14 onwards. 1 through 14, Okay? And many other scriptures to prove that the chosen people are of color. All right? And there's something called migration, war, and things like that as well. Okay? So the people in Egypt today are Arabs, Some of them are uh, other nations that have embraced Islam. You got your Coptic Greeks, I believe, as well. You know, those kind of uh, Christian, wacky tacky Christian types. You know, where some kind of they dress like the popes in Italy, or like the Pope. They dress like that, but they dress in black. But they're not the ISHs. You know, whatever. The people in it's like America today. The native Indians, the tribe of Gad, and the other Northern Kingdom tribes were in full force prior to the so-called white man, the damn devil, the cracker, the Edomite, coming to America and penetrating it and destroying it. All right? Now, through war and immigration, all right, and all these heathens, these Edomites coming from the caves, then to Europe, then from Europe to America, right? Because Europe is not you doesn't belong to the so-called white man either, okay? All right? They pushed out the native Indians, put them into the reservation. Now today you're going to assume, oh, the white man's always been in America. No, no. Now, in Egypt today, you're going to assume that, oh, the Arabs always look like tanned so-called white people, you know? Even though Egyptians are darker, but they always use white people, Edomites, to portray Egyptians. No, the Arabs today that are there aren't the Egyptians. You want to see Egyptians? I'll show you Egyptians. All right, these are the Egyptians. All right, the Sudanese people that were pushed out of Egypt. All right, because if you look at a lot of the murals and a lot of the so-called artwork in Egypt, and you look at was it the coffins and all that kind of stuff, all the artifacts, they're quite big, right? Because these people are lanky, tall. All right, all right. These are the Egyptians. And if you look at Hamites and the Egyptians wore fake beards because they couldn't really grow them. All right. They wore like some kind of attachment to their face to mimic a beard because they couldn't grow it. Right. Now, if you look at Hamite Africans, right, let me look at this. All right. That's a Hamite there. That's an Edomite. More likely a Hamite woman too. All right. They're trying to act like Jake, but they're not Jake because the so called black man influences everyone. You know? Jake, for the most part, is more comelier, better looking, can grow a beard, better features, skin glows. These motherfuckers, their skin is ashy, they're ugly, you know? Look at them. Not one of them has got a mustache or even a goatee or even some chin hairs or whatever. They're all bald headed, bald face, ugly ass features. Look at their builds as well, wonky legs. And you got Jake, you know, with a strong, stern build, you know? Naturally, without even lifting weights, Jake is muscular, can grow beards, you know? Thick beards because the Israelites, part of the law is to keep a beard. You think the Lord would give you, make a law about keeping facial hair, right? And having hair on your head if you can't grow it, you can't grow a beard, huh? Yeah, there's exceptions. There's one or two brothers here and there that might have alopecia or might be smooth faced or whatever, because that happens too, you know. Uh, but that's an anomaly. But for the most part, Jake can grow. The so-called black man can grow a full beard. All right. Even in a worldly sense, you got the likes of Rick Ross and most rappers. They all go thick ass beards, thick full beards. You know, everybody got a thick ass beard. Even Bill Cosby when he was a younger man. Look at his old ass movie. Look at his old movies. Man, used to have a thick beard. Now, as they get older, they start clean shaving. You look like a bunch of. I'm gonna leave it there. All right. And where is that thing going? Okay, so they're just using anything and everything they can to wake up. To stop the great awakening of the Israelites, but they can't stop it because you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. All right. Even Vocab has tried. Vocab Malone, or No Class Malone, right? And what has he done? His followers, some of them woke up by actually diving deeper into the Hebrew Israelite truth, to saying, "Oh, you know what? This is actually about us." And they actually woke up. So, which goes to prove that scripture again. You can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. All right. One second. So I'm going to a couple of scriptures. Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Okay, and that's a spiritual difference, a physical difference, okay, and a difference in the laws and structures, okay, how we move, okay. The Egyptians were a bunch of weirdos, man, having sex with alligators and being a mo, sodomy and all that kind of stuff. That's not in Jake's spirit. They eat all sorts of abominations, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. All right, and also even where is Zondovans? It's got the Zondovans. For you people out there that you believe the so-called white man so much, you think, oh, you know, whatever they spew out of their mouth is like, words, uh, straight out of God's mouth. That okay, yeah, that's solidified. Whatever they say, because you say that you the cracker this, the white man, the devil, but then again, you believe everything the devil says. If it sounds good to you, you're gonna believe it. If it doesn't sound good to you, you won't believe it. All right. Look, Ham, okay, which means hotland or Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. All right? Which goes to show you Jakes, right, especially in America, are retarded. All right? You guys get like quite astonished when a person of color is racist towards you Negroes, you Israelites. A minority being racist towards us. Because I watched a video yesterday of a gook, right, saying to a young Jake, "Oh, this is a no nigger zone." I think it's somewhere. I don't know. I forget the state. Yeah. Okay. He didn't like so-called black people there. You Jakes think that everyone that's brown or dark brown, a similar skin tone to you, is they're okay. He's of color. He's of color. He's all right. No. That's why you let Habibi come into your house, let Habibi or Mr. Patel date your sister. Oh, he's okay. He's a man of color. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Do you understand that? All right. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Ham is the father of all Africans. Okay, the Egyptians, Ethiopian, Libyans, etc., etc., etc. All right. Shem is the father of 5 Shemitic families. All right, and that includes the so-called white man. We come from Shem. Okay, So the Israelites come from Shem. The East Indians come from Shem. Right. The Edomites, the crackers, come from Shem. Right. You got you got the Chinese people come from Shem, Moabites. You got the Ammonites, the Japanese come from Shem. Then you got the Japhetic people, those big ass Samoans, yeah, that like to bury the pig and all that kind of stuff and cook it, make ovens in the ground or whatever, eat heathenistic food, right? They're gonna be some good slaves in the kingdom, for real. All the heavy duty lifting they're gonna do, all right? They, right, are Japhetic. They're the sons of Japheth. All right, Ham, Shem, and Japheth were men of color. All right, the children came out all brown too, but they're different nations. We are not the same people. Do you understand? But American Jakes are so retarded. Americans in general are retarded. All right, all right. Like all nations, are retarded. They're slow. They're stupid. All right. They think everybody with a turban is a Muslim. They think everybody that's a so-called dark, kind of African, Hamite looking is a so-called Negro, or everyone that's dark brown. Oh, therefore you're African or African. They don't even know what the fuck Africa even means. Right? We are not the same people, man. All right. But like I said, it's going to be a stumbling block for those fools that want to believe in the bullshit. All right. And this is solid. This is mentioned by the Zondervan, and Zondervan's an Amalekite, all right? And you're going to think, okay, the white man's saying that truth. No, this is solidified. And you know in the spirit, Africans and Israelites and Africans are not the same people, okay? How many technologies are coming out of Africa, out of Sudan, all right? And don't count West Africa, because West Africa was a kingdom of Judah and Benjamin, okay? Before the cartographers, who are map makers, changed the names, all right? Because the so-called white man, when they came into power, they changed and moved a lot of chess pieces, all right? Okay? We're not talking about the Judites or the Igbo or Yoruba in West Africa. You understand? There's Jakes everywhere. But for the collectively, how many basketball players, R&B artists, reggaeton artists or reggae artists, soul music, house music, jungle music. I'm talking about jungle like what was created in the UK by Jake here, the Benjamites. Yeah? Classical music, country music, the blues, rock and roll. How much of that does that come from these fucking Africans, these Hamites? It all comes from the Israelites in America. The dress codes, the style, the hip talk, yeah, all the inventions. Where does that come from? America. Why? Because that's where the Israelites are collectively. All right, they don't come from no fucking Africa or Ham. All right. Oh man, people are it's frustrating. All right, and then you got this fucking clown, right? Look at this dickhead, man. Look at him, smiling like a Cheshire cat. Dexter Caffey, you know, or Caffey. They probably a made-up name too, you know, because like the South African Edomites, they like to call so-called black people Kafirs. I used to always assume, because coffee is brown, they call you a Kafir because of dark skin. But then I realized afterwards, these crackers are using the same thing like Muslims use, like Gafir. Gafir meaning like an unbeliever, which is weird for a cracker to use, but nevertheless, um, look at him smiling when he's related to Ramesses III. Man, you ain't related to no Ramesses III, you dumbass. And even if this is real and he believes this bullshit, those DNA tests are fake. Okay? Those DNA tests are fake. I guarantee any of you to do a DNA test. If you got a dog or a cat, use their saliva and send it in. Mention your race, what you are, especially if you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian and you're doing it and you're sending it through. The guarantee they're going to say that, oh yeah, you are 50% white or you're 50% African or you're Egyptian. They're going to try and prove the fact that you're a heathen. All right, by using the saliva of a cat or a dog. Okay, because a lot of people have done these tests where these DNA tests are bullshit. Okay, you think the powers that be that oppress you on a daily basis and put all these roadblocks in your way. All right, and you got to work twice as hard or 10 times as hard to even achieve the basic things that heathens have. Right, are going to be there for the betterment of you. All right, what does the scripture say? Never trust thine enemy. Though as iron rusteth, though also his wickedness, paraphrasing the scripture there. And you crackers trust anything the heathen says, especially if it feels good to you, because like the scriptures say, you don't want to hear, you want to hear smooth things. You don't want to hear the truth. You want to hear Esau's words. His words were smooth and butter, but war was in his heart. Esau, the so-called white man, has war for you. All right, okay. And if it doesn't sound good to you, oh, that's a cracker, that's a devil. I don't believe that. But if it sounds good to you, oh yeah, we're Egyptians. They make all these Egyptian movies showing all their palaces and they're all clean and looking all pristine. But really, in reality, they may have had the gold and all the jewelry and all that. Okay, which is still they can't rock it properly anyway. You don't suit them, all right? But they live like heathens. You understand? You Israelites were slaves in Egypt. You understand? That's why they have the pyramids in South America. Who built those pyramids? Okay, we work there as slaves collectively in Egypt. The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man today, all the 12 tribes were in slavery in Egypt. This is why America is Egypt again. The pyramids are built in America again. The pyramid is on the back of the dollar bill. The obelisks are in Washington, D.C. Doesn't it correlate to you spiritually? Or are you too stupid to even see? Huh? DNA tests are bullshit. All right, this is just a stumbling block for you dumbasses for the Lord Yahweh Shemashai to spew you 2/3 out that are not part of his elect. All right, because the Lord don't give a shit about you, man. Okay, even our women are very lively women. All right, you get a bunch of Israelite women together, like even in my even the Israelite foreigner women amongst my people. The Israelite foreigner. I hate saying my people. Even our Israelite foreigner women. I'll say it this way. Even our Israelite foreigner women, right? They're very lively as well. You got Edomite women, man. They look weird. They sit there like they've been vaccinated 100 times, like a bunch of zombies. You get a bunch of Israelite foreigner women, who look like Latino women or Sicilian women with the Eastern clothes on uh, and Eastern jewelry, nose rings, and all that. You get them into a wedding situation. They'll be dancing and they'll be laughing and they're joking. They'll be dancing with their husbands, their children. The men will be drinking, being merry, you know. And there'll be no pork on the plate either, because that's another thing about Israelite foreigners that my the culture that I grew up in. Pork and abominable food is never on the plate. It's always chicken, lamb, mainly chicken, lamb, and cod. You know, what else? Yeah, and just lentils and all that kind of stuff, and other snacks. North Indian food. All right, which is very similar to Mediterranean food. Exodus 1 and 19. Look, another difference. Okay, we touched on the Israelites as a whole, but Exodus 1:19 is going to let you know about how our women are compared to the damn heathen African bitch, African woman. All right, Exodus 1:19, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, all right, Ramesses III, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. All right, the Hebrew women are lively, you know. They've got a glow about them. They look better, you know, and at that time smelled better and all that kind of stuff. Got a better shape, you know. They're lively. You see how lively they are today, but they're in a negative way. In righteousness, they were lively, you know. There's a difference. We are not the same people. You understand? But it's just a stumbling block, man, for you idiots out there that actually believe this bullshit. All right? All right, I'm just going to put the link in. It's some bird called Ivy Anita, They love all this shit. I mean, look at even Choke No Joke. Look how thick his beard is. You think he's a Hamite African? The brother don't look like a Hamite African. Israelite. More than likely a Judite. You know? This brother, he knows he's a Jake. The founder of Smart Eye app. All right? Obviously, the brother has a brain. He ain't no Hamite, man. Doesn't look like one either. You know? Not that even matters, but I'm just saying. he ain't no Hamite. But like I said, man, they're always going to come for you. How come they don't ever say, okay, you East Indians that are black as F, those Sri Lankans, those Tamils, those real Elamites, right? Why don't they say to them, oh, yeah, you Sri Lankans or you Bangladeshis, oh, you're the ancient Egyptians, you know? Why not? Why don't they call them black? Why don't they call Somalians black? Even though they want to be black because they want to be connected to Jake, because they know Jake is cool. How come they only call you so-called African Americans and you West Indians and you Haitians so-called black? Why? How come you don't have a so-called ethnicity? Why are you called African American after two white men, two Edomite men? Huh? Because one of the curses was when we came into slavery in this side, especially our final one, American captivity, we'd lose who we are. As a people, we wouldn't know who we are. We wouldn't know our power's name. We wouldn't know where we descend from. We wouldn't know our laws, moral codes, our moral compass. We wouldn't know. We have a certain inkling of it. We know it's wrong to be a faggot. We know it's wrong to deal with another man's woman. We know it's wrong to eat a cat or a dog. We know it's wrong to deal with a woman on a rag. All these kinds of things. We know it's wrong to deal with as gross as it is with the sibling. But Hamites don't deal like that. Hamites, Egyptians had sex with their kith and kin just to keep everything in the family line. The same way the so-called white man, the so-called Illuminati, copy the methods of the Hamites to keep the money within the family. They have sex with their sisters. And that's not an Israelite spirit. You understand? But it's just another stumbling block for you wicked, man. I'm going to leave it, or for the wicked. I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.